Happy Hour.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
He's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, happy Tuesday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Hope you're doing okay today. Tough one for Mariners fans. Before we get to anything, want to remind you that we always make time for your thoughts before the end of the show. If you'd like to join the conversation, make comments, ask questions, or share whether or not you cried after the Mariners lost last night, you can send us a text at 503-2GO-FAN. That's TOGOFAN. Or, of course, 864-6326. If you're watching us on YouTube or plan on checking in on YouTube to see what shirt Jeff Rust is wearing, you can leave your comments there as well.
I'm a curd nerd.
You are a curd nerd today. How are you doing, young man?
I think I have never cried, actually, I don't believe, at the result of a sporting event.
Ooh, I don't think I have either. I didn't cry last night. I have cried at some of those really sappy commercials.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
those will get me.
Those will get me.
Movies,
Every now and then
TV
there's a certain
shows.
song that I don't know why.
Yeah.
It'll get me, but
Just Desperado starts playing. You start weeping because Seinfeld's not on the air.
Oh,
Has
no,
nothing to do with the song.
no, one of them, it was a Pink song and something about a million something. That one gets me every time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
All
know
right.
why.
Pink. I don't even know the song that you're talking
I'll
about.
have to find it.
All right. Yeah, we'll cry together after the
yes.
show. We can listen to it.
Absolutely. But the closest I think I ever got was the 1990 NBA Finals.
Yeah, I can see
Our
that.
Portland
Yep.
Trailblazers facing the Detroit Pistons, and Danny Young threw up a like half court shot that fell, and it would have been a game winner. And they went back to the tape and realized that it left his hands a fraction of a second too late.
So
And
you went
I
from
remember
elation
standing there-
to pure sorrow.
Oh, I remember standing there looking at the TV and like trying to explain it away and be like, no, look at this. It wasn't late. It was late, but no, it wasn't late.
And how old were you?
See, this would have been 1990. So I would have been just shy of 14. I would have been
Okay.
13 years old, almost
That's
14.
That's a right age to weep at a sporting event, I
And-
suppose.
And the Blazers' first,
Yeah.
finals appearance since the 77
Sure, yeah.
championship, which I technically was alive for,
Sure,
but I was only
yeah.
like 8 or 9 months old.
Huh?
Yeah. So,
All
but
right.
that was the closest I got.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever been terribly close. I think we'll talk about last night's game. We'll get into that. I do want to remind everybody that it is Tuesday, so we will do our play-by-playback at 2:30, where we get the best calls from the weekend and yesterday, and see if they can teach us anything. 2:15, we'll catch the Daily Buzz as always. But before we get into our main topic, which of course will be Game 7 from last night, we do need to announce our winner from the Take Your Pick.
It's me, right?
It is not.
Damn it.
You didn't submit again. Very embarrassed.
I swear I did. Like at the
Well-
end of that segment, as we did it, I even picked them live. I
Well,
swore I did.
know that you picked them. I was with you when you picked them, but I don't see them on the sheet. And we can blame
God
Google.
bless America.
We can blame Google.
You know what?
Maybe
you know what?
it's faulty.
Absolutely.
That's
I
fine.
will blame Google.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Yeah, okay.
Not my fault.
It's
I'm
twice.
blaming Google.
It's twice that it's happened.
Blaming Google.
All right, if you say so. Our winner is Josh Good Enough, is how he is labeled on the thing. So, Josh, if you're listening, we will send you an email in the next 24 hours or so, and you can let us know. You're welcome to call in, come in, send in a voicemail with your picks, however you want to do it, but we'll get your voice on the show if you would like us to. But you can join us 2:30 on Thursday to pick along with us. And, of course, the main topic today, the loss of Game 7 for the Seattle Mariners. Closest they have ever been to a World Series. They were so close.
So close.
So close. What were they? 7 outs away? 8 outs away? 8 outs away
Something like
when
that.
George Springer did.
1-0 pitch. Swing and a fly ball. Left field and deep. Rosarena turns. Gone! A Springer dinger. 4-3 Blue Jays in the bottom of the 7th.
We don't have enough of a delay on this dump button. for me to properly express my feelings.
Yeah, well, okay. So you mentioned the 1990 Blazers NBA final and your weeping moment.
Almost weeping.
Almost
weeping.
Almost.
That was the closest I got.
Closest you ever got.
Almost. Because I'm a man.
The most shocking moment, unfortunately, was not last night. It was probably the toughest. But of course, any Seattle sports fan knows the interception thrown on the 1 foot line in the Super Bowl. You had just won a championship, so it didn't feel as crushing, more shocking. I remember watching that and just trying to figure out what the hell just happened. No one had thrown an interception on a slant play at the goal line the entire season.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch should have been handed the ball, all of the things. What were they doing? Why did they do it? How did he pick it?
This was
What
my reaction
actually,
when it happened.
You cannot be serious.
I think that was more shock. That was an obvious home run. It was a clear turning of momentum. There was still time left in the game for the Mariners to respond. It didn't. It felt the moment that it was the toughest for me in that game was Julio's at bat.
Oh.
Rivas had done nothing all night. I'm a little surprised that they didn't pinch hit for Leo Rivas. I don't know who you put in there. I don't know if you put in Luke Raley or you put in Canzone for Rivas. But
How
Rivas,
about this, Julio, just don't swing.
I'm getting there.
Sorry.
But I knew Leo Rivas was going to strike out. I just kind of knew that was going to happen. Then you put on Canzone, and he just looked petrified. So you knew he was going to do it. Julio had been so good.
He bit too many times.
But this is what he does. Every game that he has needed to come up at the end of the game, that's the at-bat you get. He wants to win so badly.
Yeah. Yep.
Early in the game, he can fight off pitches and wait for his pitch. It leads off with a double, scores a run, gets a home run later, has 2 RBI. Just looks great and looks the part.
Yep.
And in that moment, you knew he couldn't lay off. And I just wanted to get in his ear and go, dude, Cal Raleigh's right behind you. You're the tying run, the go-ahead run coming to the plate. You can get on.
Lay off.
Has 65 home runs this year. He has 5 home runs in the playoff. He has a home run earlier in the game. I beg of you to lay off. That was the toughest part for me. Not only because it kind of felt inevitable. It was a culmination of everything that we had seen from late inning at bats from Julio. It was all of those things.
Well, and including why are you throwing to George Springer?
We can get it. We can get all into all of that. But the toughest thing for me is how hard I root for Julio. The reason that I hate George Springer is he does things like that.
Yeah.
He was having good at-bats ever since he got plugged in the knee, even before that.
We brought this up earlier this morning. Sliding doors moment. If he doesn't get plunked on the kneecap, does that home run happen? I feel like that. Look, and you shook your head at me.
Do
and
they
and
win?
You're like, I hate these things.
Well, sure, I do, and I told you that. I told you as much earlier today, but it's also one of those things, if he doesn't get plunked, what happens in Game 6, what happens the rest of Game 5, and all of the things. So if you're going to go, what if, that's a big rabbit hole. Now, we're still going to do that, of course.
Of course.
And I talked to Patrick about
otherwise
this.
we wouldn't have jobs.
Well, fair enough. You have Andres Munoz that is out there and is ready to go and has not pitched in the last couple days, has not thrown a single pitch to George Springer. If you're going to bring somebody in, that has to be the guy. It just... And they said it as much on the broadcast. And there's a reason that Walker Buehler had the save last year as a starting pitcher. It's because you use your closer when you need an out. Yeah. It's how modern baseball is played. It used to be that you play the guys in the same spots that you always play them in, no matter what game it is. That's probably 10, 15 years ago. They moved to this where you put in your guy. The most critical outs would have been the next 3. Personally, I probably would have left Brian Wu in.
Yeah.
The best pitching hitting battle that I saw all night, won by the pitcher, was Brian Wu striking out Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who has more home runs in these playoffs than he does swings and misses.
Oh, is that
not
good?
strikeouts, swings and misses. If I heard that correctly, that's something I heard in the broadcast and just stayed with. He is so tough to strike out.
Yeah.
And Brian Wu just fought and fought and fought, and it, what was it, 9 pitches, 10 pitches, and strikes him out. So I would have liked to see a starting pitcher who was your bulldog all year, let him get out of his own mess. I understand why you don't let him try to do that. But to bring in your 4th best reliever, and Bizzardo has been great. He has been great. At the moment, I'm like, man, you really trust this guy. He's been really good. He was great in Game 5 against the Tigers. It was 2 pitches and it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a no-doubter. And Springer's smug face and the air that leaves your body in just the worst kind of exhale.
Yeah.
And you kind of knew, but you got another chance. And Julio up there, he's 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's
still
great.
A baby.
He's played Major League Baseball for 4 years. He's going to figure it out at some point that he needs to hold off that pitch. And there was a moment, I don't know if you have the sound of that scream from the locker room. Brian Wu is being interviewed. It's fine. You don't really. Brian Wu is being interviewed. They ask a question. You hear in the background just this scream.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is pretty much identified it as Julio. It's not been 100% confirmed, but I think everybody went around. That was about as frustrating as it gets. The question on everybody's mind, is this the end or is this the beginning of what these Mariners can do? I feel like it is the beginning. It stung last night. It still stings a little. Even just talking about it stings.
It does. And I'm not even like the big M's guy here. That's you and that's Schultze, and I'm a fringe MLB man. But I feel like this was a learning experience for a young manager in Dan Wilson. He's
a young manager,
a season and a half in.
Yep.
And so he's got no chops prior to this. It is a learning experience, and so which also means that you have to say probably the 4 words that no sports fan wants to hear. There's always next year.
111 days till spring training, ladies and gentlemen. 111 days. Its countdown is on till the 2026 Mariners season. The problem is you never know if it is. You don't know that you'll ever be back to this point.
Yes. And the problem is with the Mariners, it's going to be another 25 years, which means I'm going to be 74 years old. And that is not an exaggeration. That is math, my friend.
Even if it is not another 24 years and you get back to the playoffs, there's not another guarantee that you get to that point.
Yeah.
And you get to those moments, and it's a missed opportunity, which really stings.
Look at the Blazers in 90 and 92.
Just pick
next year.
Pick a team. We can go through the litany of teams that almost made it and did not. And for a franchise,
turns out well for the Pacific Northwest.
One for a franchise that has never been, the only Major League Baseball franchise that has never been to a World Series, it stings a little extra.
Still, they are still extending that streak.
Yeah. Hey, good news for you, the listeners. You can win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Portland Winterhawks. October 25th and 26th
Don't make me spell
is
hockey.
The opening weekend at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. The code word is hockey, HOCKEY. You can text that word to 503-864-6326. Visit 1051 The Fan for complete rules and details. Enter for your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Portland Winterhawks, courtesy of the Portland Winterhawks. Let's do some in case you missed it. In case you missed it, 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick advanced to the final 12 coaches being considered for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026 in his first year of eligibility. Belichick is not currently to be considered for the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
No?
Well, no.
Too quick? Too quick for you?
Well, I'm wondering, too, does the NFL want to rescind that invitation?
Well, it's the NFL Hall of Fame. college
No,
football.
I'm sorry. The Pro Football Hall of Fame, isn't it?
It is.
Yes,
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
NFL, yes.
Well, it is, but the pro. Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's the NFL.
They might want to rescind.
Why? He's terrible at college football.
Well, he wasn't great the last few years either.
He won 6 Super Bowls.
He did.
I think we're okay.
People want to talk about the last couple years of any of insert ex quarterback here and be like, oh, did he ruin his? Russell Wilson is a fantastic example. Has Russell Wilson taken himself out of Hall of Fame consideration over the last couple seasons?
This is why there is a waiting period between your final season and the voting. I always feel. There you go.
Apologies.
In other college coaching news, former Alabama coach Nick Saban attributed the recent string of high-profile college coaching firings to the pay-for-play era where influential fans and alumni who donate to the NIL deals pressure athletic directors. Yeah, finally the players get paid to...
That was an accidental misfire.
That's all right. Finally, the players get paid to play, and the coaches one-up them by getting paid to not coach. How about that?
There we go.
That seems unfair.
Since I already misfired.
You kind of. That was my favorite joke. You stepped on it. It's not my favorite. Don't worry. Wisconsin head football coach Luke Fickell admitted that he has been not given any assurance that he will return as a head coach in 2026, despite receiving a public vote of confidence from the athletic director. Wisconsin has also been given no assurance that Fickell can help Wisconsin win the Big Ten. So, seems fair.
Can we also assume that college football coaching is a fickle business?
I was going to do
dad
that.
joke. Boom.
I was going to do that. I got plenty of dad jokes. You're fine. I was thinking about going fickle, but it seemed too easy. In case you
That's
missed
why I did that, because I'm the slow guy.
In case you missed it, OKC star Jalen Williams was ruled out of the season opener as he's recovering from off-season surgery on his right wrist, an injury he played through during their championship run. Okay, but answer me this question. Does the NBA really start this early? Are they? Do you feel any momentum going into the season?
LeBron James is wondering that too. Does the NBA really start this early?
Oh, amen to that. In case you missed it, Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown is once again causing stress among fans. He posted a cryptic social media caption, "Using me but not using me," shortly after the 28-22 victory, where he had 4 catches and 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Can someone please disconnect A.J. Brown's social media? If he's whining so much that an old man like me, who literally has no idea even how to log into most of his social media accounts, keeps hearing about his complaints, you need a timeout.
4 catches, over 100 yards, 2 scores. Shut up, dude.
Just shut up in general.
They got you the ball.
Yeah, all right. In case you missed it, defensive end Brandon Graham ended his retirement and agreed to rejoin the Philadelphia Eagles on a 1-year deal for his 16th season. Shouldn't that say 15th and a half season? Is that? No.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
And finally,
Sorry, that took me a second.
Yeah, it's all right. And finally, in case you missed it, the owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson, publicly criticized incumbent quarterback Justin Fields while defending coach Aaron Glenn amid the team's 0-7 start, confirming the impending quarterback change. Johnson also said that he hugs Coach Glenn every day, giving him encouragement. I'm sorry, I don't care how much you get paid, but 2 things for Aaron Glenn. 1, don't hug your boss. 2, do not hug a grown man named Woody Johnson. Please.
Just a tip.
Just a tip, please and thank you. All right, with that, we move to the Daily Buzz. It is Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Plan on flying.
Matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
They may not have won the American League pennant. They may not have won the World Series, but they are still your Vetter Cup champions. And the Seattle Mariners had a good run. I know that Julio struck out to end the game, but
If only there were an Eddie Vedder drop that says, "Oh no."
you calm down with that. We can stay positive. It's going to bring you some positivity here about your Seattle Mariners. Couple stats. Julio Rodriguez becomes the third youngest player with multiple extra base hits in a Game 7. He joins Brian Hunter for Atlanta in the 1991 NLCS and Dustin Pedroia in the 2007 ALCS. Cal Raleigh ties the mark for most home runs in the postseason for a catcher. Ties a guy named Alomar Jr. Pretty good.
He's okay.
So
Could be
he had
Sandy.
he had yes.
Yeah.
He had 5 home runs in this postseason. Cal also set the record for the most home runs hit by an American League hitter regular season and postseason. He passed Aaron Judge, who had 64 in 2022. He also tied Mark McGwire for the 4th most in MLB history in a single season.
That guy hit
McGwire,
a lot of home runs.
he hit 64 in 1999. The NL has a bunch of records that shouldn't count because they were steroid induced, which I've never complained about until now, because now a Mariner could be the leader of all time. But still a pretty good effort for your Seattle Mariners. And you know what? It's not the best season anybody ever had, but it's the best season they ever had.
Yeah.
So there is something. It will certainly be a memorable one.
Better luck next time.
Well, you're not wrong, but hey, it was an enjoyable ride. I
Yes.
wish it didn't have to end like this.
The Buzz.
Seattle Seahawks saved the city of Seattle from what could have been a really disappointing evening. The Kraken lose 5-2, their first loss of the season. The Mariners go down in Game 7 of the ALCS. But the Seattle Seahawks, despite trying to lose the game, still hung on
How many times
to
did they turn it over?
win the game. They had 4 turnovers. And they were -3 in the turnover differential. They even employed a receiver to throw an interception.
Yeah.
As soon as I flip over to the game, after I've given up on trying to watch any Mariners post-game show, they run a reverse with Cooper Kupp, and he throws it right to a linebacker, I think.
Yeah.
Anybody can complete a pass to JSN, apparently, except for Cooper Kupp, who...
Yeah. That's why you don't have your wide receiver throw the ball.
What did I tell you? Did I tell you yesterday how much I hate the trick play when you don't need them? Boy, there's a scenario. The trick play should be reserved for desperation time, not for, hey, we've got a 14-0 lead. Let's give the other team a stinking chance. But the Seahawks do win 27-19 over a okay Houston Texans team.
Yeah, sure.
4 turnovers, 12 penalties for more than 100 yards. They tried everything they could to lose that game. But luckily, their defense is awesome.
Yeah.
They gave up
Good thing.
56 yards rushing, and 25 of them were on QB scrambles. They were pressuring the quarterback with just 4 guys again. That pass rush is absolutely insane. And even more shocking to me for a team that wants to run the ball and has committed to running the ball and has a ton of rushing attempts. Jackson Smith and Jigba has caught 8 passes for another 123 yards and a touchdown. He is leading the NFL in receiving with 819 yards through 7 games. He has 5 100-plus yards for the second. He is tied for second in Seahawks history with 5 100-plus yard games. They've only played 7 games. He's the youngest player in the Super Bowl era with 75-plus receiving yards in each of the first 7 games. He is now lining up outside 77% of the time compared to lining up in the slot 75% of the time last year. Do you think he's a number one receiver yet?
I mean, the numbers say yes. Do you want a couple more JSN stats?
I'll give you. Well, you give me one, then I'll give you one. Then
Okay.
you can give me another one.
So he's leading the NFL with 819 receiving yards. No other player has 700 plus.
Do you know what second place has?
It's under 700.
It is under 650. I
Wow.
believe it is 625.
Eesh.
And that is
so
Jamar
basically by
Chase.
200 yards.
Yes. Apparently, the Seattle Seahawks have had to send in a request to the NFL to change his number from 11 to 711 because he's always open.
Always
but-
open. Ah.
Did you have one more?
Dad joke. Boom. Roasted.
Did you have one more?
I got a couple.
Ooh. Keep bringing
so-
them on. The
so
guy's
that-
ridiculous.
That 819 receiving yards over the 7 games of this season, the most in Seahawks history
Yep,
in
passed.
any 7-game span.
Past Steve Largent.
Yes. And on this season, his 819 receiving yards account for 46% of the team's receiving yards. That is also the highest rate in the NFL. 46%.
Do you think he needs a guy like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett to free up space so that he can operate?
I mean, it sure couldn't hurt.
It would. Well, I'm just saying
Sure couldn't
it would appear not.
Yeah.
It would appear not.
Well, I'm
'Cause-
just saying, well, hey, let's go. Let's
Well-
get, wait, is
Buzz.
Jake Bobo still hurt?
the
Let's
Titans.
get some more Bobo.
I will drop this in for you right now.
Yeah.
The Titans released Tyler Lockett. So if they want him
Oh.
back, they could technically go out and get him.
That always works out well.
I feel like things are working just fine the way they are. All of the offseason was hilarious. I can't believe they're letting Lockett go. I can't believe they're trading away DK Metcalf. JSN isn't a one receiver. He's a slot guy.
Look,
Let me tell you.
like the DK Metcalf questions. Yes, I was like, why are you trading away this guy? But letting Tyler
Really?
look,
Do you want DK Metcalf right now? Do you think that this wide
could he
receiving
help
core
stretch the field? Yes. What I'm saying is that in terms of like, are we really lamenting the loss of Tyler Lockett? Sorry,
fan favorite.
but
Fan favorite
Exactly.
standpoint. That's, I think, what it was,
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Yeah.
And you know what? He was a very productive receiver. He had 10 catches and 70 yards over the first 7 games with the Titans. Less productive.
Yeah.
He was a favorite target of both Russell Wilson and Geno Smith, and he was productive in his years. And he caught the ball and fell down immediately, so he didn't get hit.
Yeah.
But I don't think
it's like Blazer fans lamenting them moving on from the 9th guy off the bench. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I don't
The
disagree
fan
with that.
favorite. So sorry, Tyler Lockett is fine. He's a fine NFL wide receiver.
Yeah.
but-
no, yeah, okay. And DK Metcalf is
well, he's really good.
suppose he drops the ball
He's really
an
good.
awful lot.
He's a diva wide receiver.
Yes, he is. And
Which
I don't.
is a kind of a what's the word I'm thinking of? Saying the same thing twice. Diva wide
Redundant.
receiver. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's it's
The
a waste.
Department of
it is-
Redundancy Department.
It is a waste of an adjective.
Yes.
yes,
There
but
we go.
JSN does not seem to have the diva mode at this point.
No, he does not.
And I am very happy with the wide receiver room the way it is.
He go
Thank
fi-
you very much.
He go find ball, catch ball.
Yes. We've got a very chatty Jeff Rust today,
Sorry.
which I
My apologies.
why are you apologizing?
I just, you know,
which I love, but
sometimes I get on a thing.
I don't mind.
What are you gonna
we
do?
need to walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk to see what we missed, which is a lot because I have 6 other things I wanted to get to.
Because I've been chatty.
You're a chatty little kitty cat.
This update brought to you by Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. Luke, I'm pretty sure you're aware. It is a great spot for any occasion, and don't forget, you save 10% on your Butcher Shop order when you dine in. Menus and more at laurelhurstmarket.com.
Yeah, a good steak will get you over the Mariners' loss. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'll go tonight.
Exactly. So tonight, the NBA season begins in earnest this evening. We have 2 games on the schedule. The nightcap comes to you from Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers, minus LeBron James, he is out with sciatica. They host the Warriors. Golden State, 2.5-point favorites. Is sciatica the most old man injury you could possibly think of for a professional athlete? And then part number 2, what is the worst old man injury that you have suffered?
Ooh, sciatica is pretty sweet for an old man. I'm trying to think. Arthritis even though it's actually fairly common.
Maybe like
because
a tennis elbow.
Well, yeah, but tennis elbow, I would think, has a root in tennis. I don't follow tennis that closely, but arthritis actually does happen fairly frequently just because of usage. I think that's what put Todd Gurley out of the league was arthritis in his knees. So it's not completely uncommon. It just sounds old.
Right.
But sciatica may take the cake. Oldest man in just general pain is the main thing. I don't think I've had like an old man need to go to the doctor injury. So I have not been treated for anything.
Okay.
But man, I have woken up going, why does everything hurt?
Yeah. I know the other day we had to go
cramp getting off the toilet. That's a pretty bad one.
Exactly. The other day I had to go unload a couple of the floor unit ACs from the house into the garage.
Yeah.
And they're not light, they're heavy. But I think yeah. But the worst one I think was actually tweaking my back.
Yep.
Stepping out of the minivan to go into the grocery store.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Tweaking your back anytime is terrible, but
all I did was get out of the damn minivan.
Again, as an old man, it just happens in the most random things. But back injuries, again, super common in sports. So it's hard to equate that. But yeah, I will put sciatica near the top if I can't think of anything better.
More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes or 60 minutes, hopefully with Schultze. I've not seen him yet, but we'll see if he's still okay. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Watch this. Time for play-by-play back.
Gary Newton is the greatest corn dogger ever.
Real game calls, real reactions, and one big question.
Is that a corn dog in your pocket?
Oh yeah. That's my practice dog, sorry.
Talk to me, dirty corn dogs.
Full count, 2 outs, top of the 9th, Game 7 of the ALCS. Hoffman's payoff pitch. He got him! The Blue Jays win the pennant! The Blue Jays win the pennant! They're going to the World Series!
Is there some magic left in that beautiful bat of Julio Rodriguez? One mythical swing right here, hoping to tie up this game. You got Cal due up. Mariners have relied on magic all season long. Do they have any left? Here's the stretch. And the 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The ball game is over, and the Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, to answer the question of one Rick Riz there, no, there is not any more magic in the bat of Julio Rodriguez. He swung right through it.
You watch your mouth.
I'm just saying, he asked the question. I had to answer it.
He's got a bright future.
So, yes, Julio Rodriguez does definitely have a bright future. We're not going to look at another, 25-year drought for the Mariners here, are we?
Okay, so this is interesting to me because I was just thinking about it as I was listening to those calls. I was going to go through and just read off the ages of some of these players, and I think we all know that, 24-year-old Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, we're hoping they can sign, is only 28. Cal Raleigh, only 28. Brian Wood, 25. Andres Munoz is 26. Logan Gilbert, 28. Bryce Miller, 27. But listening to that clip, think of where the Blue Jays were just a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. They were this young team that made the playoffs after a long time. They got swept by the Mariners in 2022. Last year was supposed to be their year after making the postseason in 2023. Last year, they were in last place. They did not change a ton of things around their lineup from their stars. They re-signed Vlad. They went on there. They paid him, and they brought back a similar core. They did this without Bo Bichette, too, who should be back for the World Series. But they kind of stuck with their little core guys, and they got back to the World Series. I hope that the Mariners look at that and go, yeah, this was a tough loss. We need to go and find out that free agent signing like George Springer and look at the guys that we have here and how we can improve this roster. But you have pieces that you can build around. You've got a power-hitting platinum glove catcher. You've got an exceptional center fielder with power and speed. You've got, hopefully, a first baseman with as bad an attitude as anybody in baseball that is so fun to watch when he's on your team. I can't imagine how much I would have hated Josh Naylor if he was playing for the Blue Jays in this series, but I absolutely love the guy. So I think that this is the start of a run. Go back to the original Mariners team that made it to the ALCS. They made it in 95, 97, 2000, 2001. And I know they shifted around some pieces, but they had a winning culture once upon a time. It feels very much like that little blip of the playoff appearance in 2022 paid some dividends here. Now you've got a manager that has some more playoff experience. Hopefully you can be back in the next few years.
Now, in terms of the Blue Jays and stuff, something that feels very unique to Major League Baseball is that you have got a team that will spike one year, fall down to the garbage again, spike right back again. You don't really see that much in the NBA or the NFL, I don't feel like, where somebody goes from first to worst to first again. You know what I mean?
The NFL has a little bit of that, but it tends to be a new team every year that pops up. You can get a team like the Astros that can stay on top, or the Yankees or Dodgers that have a big enough payroll that they can stay near the top. But actually winning is really, really difficult. And when those spikes come up, you just hope that the team doesn't panic. Because if you start making a bunch of moves, then it can be really tough to get back there. But you've got the core with this Mariners team. I think they're going to be okay.
The intercepting team, so the stiff arm. Now you see why Smith Jibber got worked up. Stingley Jr. knocked his helmet off with his stiff arm. He shoves the TV back, and then he gets run into. Only one penalty called in all of that, and it was on Stingley for the stiff arm.
It's a good job by that official, that referee right there, to protect that player, man. I don't know that official's name, but that is outstanding by him.
Yeah, so that comes to us from last night's game on ESPN. Jackson Smith and Jigba receiving a catch, and he gets kind of pushed out of bounds and towards the on the Houston Texans sideline. And maybe a little bit of extracurricular activity.
Well,
and then you had an official come over and he pulled basically a Forrest Gump, and he's like, I'm gonna lay down on top of you and make sure nothing happens.
Jackson Smith and Jigba end up sitting on the Texans bench.
Yes.
All of the extracurriculars.
There we go.
Happening around him. I do know who that official is, Dan Orlovsky. That is Nate Jones.
All right.
Nate Jones is not only a NFL referee, he's a former NFL player. The 43-year-old spent 8 seasons as a defensive back for the Cowboys, Dolphins, Broncos, and Patriots. So if you're watching that and go, man, what's that guy doing? He was just protecting a player. It was actually kind of cool to see him kind of throw himself in there. It gives him like a full coating so you can't get into JSN.
I wonder how many of these NFL officials do have a past playing, because like in the NBA, there's only famously, or there had been only famously, a handful, a couple of guys.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Vince Carter came back and was an official? That'd be great. Just get somebody that was super high profile,
right?
Like
exactly.
him and Tracy McGrady doing a game together.
I'm gonna come dunk on you, Frederick Weiss.
Yeah. Do we have time for one more?
We'll do one more.
All right.
Glad I'm not a DB.
Right up the gut, there goes Gibbs. Foot race. Winfield can't get there. Touchdown, Lions.
Okay. I think all we need here is 4 words. Holy hell, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Did you hear that little bit of laughter between Buck and Aikman when he hit the line? He got up to 22.2 miles per hour, the fastest rushing touchdown by an offensive ball carrier so far this season. Gibbs totaled 218 yards from scrimmage in last night's game. How does it keep happening that every time we think we've seen the fastest, the biggest, the strongest, the meanest looking dude out there just comes up another guy? His speed is blinding. Yeah. I don't think he was touched on that run.
Right.
And that is just like a simple, like, off tackle, just right, whatever it was, and just pew!
Yeah.
Gone. And it sounds like they're laughing at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we do this, we go, well, Tampa Bay's the best team in the NFC. Lions just lost.
Yeah.
Boom, they come out. The other thing that's worth pointing out, the Lions have not lost back-to-back games in like 58 or 58 games or whatever it is. But in the Dan Campbell era, they do not lose twice in a row. So put that little nugget in your little pouch. So when you're pulling it out, if they lose again, you might want to look at them to win the next game. In the regular season, they do not lose back-to-back games. They also don't lose back-to-back games in the playoffs because you can only lose once.
That's true.
Yeah.
So to pop another Zin in the pouch, think of it. This is one thing that gets me sometimes in terms of constantly breaking records. And I go to things like the Olympics, right? In terms of breaking the 100-meter record, or one that I saw recently in the last couple months even is the pole vault record. And there is a certain guy out there who's still right now
awesome on the pole vault. Have you seen his story?
At what point though can you not? Because that pole vault, that pole is only so long.
Yeah.
So there has to be a certain point where I would think one cannot physically extend off the end of that pole and up over the bar anymore.
I do not disagree with your pole revelation there. But the thing about the NFL, the NBA, even Major League Baseball, we just seen it with Shohei Ohtani. In these team sports especially, when you have so many teams and so many dudes, for somebody to stand out head and shoulders above the rest on even just for a given night. I mean, 218 yards from scrimmage is a big deal, but there was another 200-yard game from scrimmage this week with Christian McCaffrey. So it's not that shocking. It's just when you see that speed, you go, how is this guy that much faster than everybody else? What I'd like to know is, like with the pole vault, he's breaking records. Is he beating the competition by that much more? Is the gap widening? Because I don't watch sprinting enough to know, but I see Noah Lyles and whoever the other dude is that they're pushing each other.
Right, but if you're breaking the record,
yes, but
it's
if
not
the whole,
really about the rest of the competition.
Well, but it is.
In terms of trying to get up, in terms of getting up literally over the bar.
I know, but I guess let's take the 100-meter. If the whole field is crushing the record from 1990 or whatever 20 years was prior, then it's impressive for the guy that wins. Absolutely.
Fair.
Not saying it's not,
Fair
but
enough.
it's not nearly as impressive if the whole pack is pushing the record.
Right.
I guess is my point.
I get that.
So having those guys, and the pole vault guy does stand out head and shoulders above everybody else. And there are swimmers that do this where they're leaving the field in an elite
like a
competition.
Katie Ledecky?
Katie Ledecky does that in certain races where it's like, how is she beating them by of half a swimming pool?
Right. But like
It's
with
crazy.
the pole vault thing, that pole, it can only be so long, right?
That dude's story is outstanding. I cannot remember his name.
I don't either.
Feel like but his parents decided he was going to be a pole vaulter when he was a kid and built the whole apparatus in the backyard. And they were going through this in the last Olympics, and
they just Richard Williams the hell out of that.
They very much did. The video is awesome. I wish I knew his name so that you could go back and look up that story.
Well,
but I'm
maybe
sure
we'll
you can
find it
find.
on
Just
the other
go
side of the break.
Just go pole vaulter, and you'll find it. Speaking of the other side of the break, it is time to get to one more for the road. We do it next. It is Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You gotta go spell me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, if you didn't have a chance to catch the entire hour, don't worry. Podcast is now available. You can go to 1051.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or you can get a free podcast download with every hug that you give to Woody Johnson. So just go and download it, listen back to the whole thing, past shows, future shows, whatever you want to do.
Do you really want to go give a hug to a guy whose both names are a euphemism for a phallus?
Yeah, we already did that joke earlier in the show. And if
Did
you
we?
missed it,
All right,
you
well, we
can
did it again.
download the podcast. Mr. Rust, what did we miss from the text toy and the YouTube chats?
Sciatica is painful. My whole leg was on fire. It didn't matter if I stood, sat, or laid down. It still hurt.
Well, thanks for listening, LeBron. I appreciate that. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I hope you get back with the Lakers as soon as possible.
Also, it wasn't after a JSN catch. It was on the Stingley pick. JSN trying to tackle him.
Yeah.
Number 45 on the sideline should have been flagged for an additional 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, what did we say it was after his catch?
I think I said it was
you
after a
said that?
catch.
You idiot!
Yes.
Oh.
Infamously an idiot.
No.
And also, in terms of former players becoming an official, Haywood Workman was famously dreadful. I'm not sure if that is a remark on his playing career or officiating career
Or both.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly could be. All right, let's do. All right, since everybody's in their feels about the Mariners, we talked about this earlier, but this is the song that always makes Jeff Rust
This is the
cry.
one that gets me. It's Pink.
And what? Dude, why are you listening to Pink?
I don't. This is a song that I got introduced to by my kids. It was like the song of the year or something at their school in grade school, and it gets me. It gets me in my feels.
The grade school picked a tearjerker for you?
I don't remember where it came from, how it sprouted up, but this is the one. This one gets me. It
Are you
gets
gonna
me.
Are you gonna sit here and listen to it?
This
and
is
just
our
cry?
close music for today, sir. So we
It's
still
our
got
close.
another. We got
All
about
right.
45 seconds.
That's fine. I'm gonna give this to Schultze. I want to thank Schultze for being my comrade throughout the Mariners postseason run. He's done several shows with me. I want to thank everybody for listening. I'll thank you, as always, Mr. Rust. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Ropp. Everybody have a good cry. We're done for now. Bye-bye.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping